Hello and welcome to this Let's Play of Panzer Campaigns, Kursk 1943. This is the second video of the series, and I'm your host, Red Boot. We just were about to finish our turn, and I'm going to go ahead and finish it now. I have the AI set to normal. Let me see. I think I'm going to set the AI to fast AI processing, which will run through the AI's turn much more quickly than it ordinarily would. You can set it so that it pauses after each AI attack, or just and you have to press a button in order to go on to the next attack. You can set it so that it just runs slowly, or as I just did, you can set it so that it runs quickly. I'm going to go with quick just in the interest of moving through the video. So I'm going to press next turn, and you'll see that it moves pretty fast. And so it'll take less time to move through. That's the good news. The bad news is you won't really be able to see exactly what's going on. But what basically is going on is the AI is firing at me. I'm taking some opportunity fire, and so I'm doing a little bit of damage over here. Um, I don't anticipate any huge outcome. I did get a disruption, I think I just saw over here, so that might be good. Air units are available. 6 artillery units unavailable. That means that they've run out of ammunition. 1 unit is low on ammunition, and 1 out of the 2 units that I had disrupted in the first turn were undisrupted, so that's good. And I think I got a disruption here. Did I not? Maybe I didn't. Here? Yes, I did. So that's good. So that means I can move this guy out of the bunker and get a breakthrough. That's great. Okay, so but let's do this at least in the order we did it last time. I'm going to start with the 3rd Panzer Division. We've revealed some more units and trenches. As I said before, this is very fortified position. It's basically trenches, bunkers, and pillboxes all along one line, and then in front of them there's a line of minefields. So pretty deadly stuff. In fact, this is a second line of minefields in this case. The 167th is going to have to go through both of them in order to move up to actually get into combat. So we'll start with the 167th, given the fact that it's going to take a few turns just to move its way up. A little weird to play with no sound. Moving on to the, let's see. I'm not sure I want to move him up all the way, just because he's going to get his butt kicked. So we'll leave him there for now. Move you up. Move you up. Onto the minefields. Now I've got the tanks coming around the left flank of the 167th. And I'm thinking I'll probably concentrate here. I'm able to bring 3 forces to bear on him. I can get the tanks up there. We'll go ahead and do that now. Okay. Take a pot shot with the artillery at this hex. And not surprisingly, I did a little bit of damage, but not much. All right, the engineers. I didn't break these guys down the last turn, but I'm going to break them down now. I guess since I didn't break them down, that means I also didn't move them up. So that was neglectful of me. We'll move up the HQ. We've got a heavy artillery unit here. And no effect. So that's the 167th. Now to the 11th. Looks like we've only got this small infantry gun unit here in this pillbox, which is a little bit of a surprise. Would have expected an infantry unit there. And I'm tempted to try to overrun them with an actual assault. But let's attempt to disrupt them first with these Panzer IIIs. As I said before, they're not great bunker busters, but they're the best I have right now. We'll take a shot. One gun. And another gun. I get 3 shots. And fatigue. Now, I think I am going to go ahead and assault this pillbox with this unit here. And maybe I'll get lucky. No, you know what? I'll assault it with this unit here. So I just try to I move it up here. Oh, can't make move into defending hex. That's because there's an anti-tank ditch. So I'm going to go on foot. And this time it'll let me. And I won. I also took 5 guns with me, so that's good. All right, so I've gotten a little bit of breakthrough in the line here. We took 5 guns, and we've got a bunch in travel mode. I'm probably going to put some artillery on this unit because in travel mode, they're typically bunched together, and you can really nail them. So I have 2 unavailable units here. Let's select these 2 units and crunch on these guys. 2 guns, 2 guns X, which means I've eliminated the unit. So that's nice. Now, if I could just get something up into this, let's see, into this minefield, I might be able to cut off the retreat of this unit here at some point. This unit's it's in the objective hex, not protected by a bunker. So I'm going to move him to here. No, I'm not. He's in an anti-tank ditch, so I'm going to have to put him on foot. Now he's going to move in. And since he's movement is yellow, he's still got 1 shot left, so he's going to go ahead and take a shot on this guy. And I've disrupted him. Fortunately, I don't have enough movement left to assault. So that's as far as I'm going to go this turn. Now, can I assault with anything down here? I can take 1 shot against him just to destroy some men. So unless he brings down reinforcements, I should be able to take this 100 objective on the next turn. Let's bring up some tanks. They're going to have to take their medicine on the minefields this turn. And they will not be able to get through the anti-tank ditches because tanks obviously can't go on foot. So I'm going to bring up these engineers. Where have all the engineers gone? Oh, here they are. Boy, oh boy, these engineers don't get to move very fast. Movement allowance exceeded is that beeping it's warning me. I'm going to move the HQ up a little bit with his anti-air. Now, these anti-air units up on the top actually have a great hard attack value. So I think I might try to move them up and see if I can get some effective fire on some of these bunkers. So I'm going to put them in, unfortunately they have to go in travel mode to move. So I'm going to put them in travel mode, move them along this road. And maybe in a couple of turns I can get some reasonable shots on some bunkers. Artillery, he's unavailable. All 3 of these guys are available. We will pour fire. I guess this guy's disrupted, so we really don't need to pour fire on him. So that leaves him and him. He's disrupted as well. So I'm not sure if these guys will fire over here. because you have to be, the spotter needs to be attached to that unit in order to spot for it. And in fact, it says target cannot be spotted by subordinate units. So that, yeah, it doesn't work. So we'll, oh, same thing there. All right, so we'll fire here. No disruptions. Now here's another disrupted unit. If I want to see if there's an anti-tank ditch. Okay, you can see down here, I'm right-clicked, and you can see that he's surrounded by anti-tank ditches. So the tanks are not going to be able to move at all. They're going to need to rely on the engineers to come up and blow the anti-tank ditches. So they're just going to fire, and I guess they might as well just go ahead and completely blast away, because they're not going to be able to move, so I might as well just weaken him. Low ammo there, so he fires at, I believe, half strength. Oh, it's a shame to use these powerful units just to fire on an already disrupted unit, but unfortunately, I don't have much of a choice because of those anti-tank ditches. All right, I've got one unit that can move into an assault. I'm going to go on foot so I can get across the anti-tank ditch and resolve assault. And I've gotten another trench. So I've definitely got a breakthrough going here. I need to get my tanks up. The Nebelwerfer can fire, and he's going to attempt to fire here and hopefully get a lucky break. To no avail. So now, for some reason, because I'm an idiot, I fired all of these tanks on this unit when I could have fired on this unit to get a disruption. That was stupid. But I'm going to attempt to get a disruption here. And I got one. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to move into that hex this turn because I'm going to have to move the infantry up. Probably I have too many tanks in here right now to move an infantry unit into this hex, would be my guess. I might be able to move one into this hex, no. So I'm going to not fire my last shot, and I'm going to move the tanks back one. Move the infantry up one. Move here. Oh, okay, so I'm going to try to get a disruption on this guy. Unfortunately, I don't have any tanks to bunker bust with except for these 5 martyrs. I will try to disrupt him with the martyrs, but 5 is just not a lot of firepower. So I didn't get my disruption. It's tempting to try to assault this guy, but he's not disrupted, so my chances of assaulting out of the bunker are fairly slim. On the plus side, I've got a lot of troops here which could actually make the assault. There's 1,300 troops. Let's give it a go. I've got morale A. Let's see if I can get lucky. Oh, can't move into the hex, so I've got to go on foot. Let's see if we get lucky here. Nope, we just took pretty significant losses, so it was worth a try. So I'm going to move the engineers up. Boy, they're slow. Okay. Artillery. Do I have any left from the Großdeutschland? Don't believe so. So we'll move to the 3rd which has this ugly little pillbox to contend with. I think I'm going to see if I can get a lucky disruption here with the artillery, which is unlikely because I only have one available. The other two are out of ammunition. And no good. I have another heavy artillery over here. And no good. All right, we'll move the infantry up. The engineers, rather. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move this anti-tank unit up. I'm sort of curious how it does in the minefields. I have a feeling it's going to get ripped on the next turn. Let's see how it goes. I lost one gun, which is sort of to be expected. And I'm going to move this infantry to here. Nope, exceeds stacking limitations, so I'll move it to here. Move the HQ up a little bit, keep it in range of my units. Move the recon units up a tiny smidge just to get ready for a breakthrough, which is sort of not likely for a while. And I don't think I'm going to try to get lucky again with these units. And I'm not going to bother with the fire because they're not going to be very effective, and they're going to take our opportunity fire back. So it's probably not effective for me to fire with infantry on this pillbox. But I am going to move my tanks up. So I'll move one tank onto this hex, take a loss, and I'll move another tank onto this hex and take a loss of 2 vehicles. Okay, a couple things to do from a bookkeeping standpoint before I end the turn. One is to look at the artillery dialogue, and we'll see that I've missed some artillery units. So let's try to get some more disruptions. Oh, I missed those guys back there. All right, no effect. And then the air dialogue. And we'll see I've got recon. I'm going to recon now up to this. I'm going to cancel. I'm going to recon up here and see what's up here. And I found a unit. So there are definitely some units behind the line, which is a mixed blessing. More to destroy, but more to defend. I also, as you can see, have got a carpet bomber, which has excellent soft attack value. The one thing about carpet bombers is that they're not very accurate. So you can actually have, I believe there's a 2 hex spread. So if, for example, I try to carpet bomb here, I might actually carpet bomb some of my own troops. And they're not very effective at bunker busting, so I'm not going to attempt to carpet bomb on the front lines. I am going to try to carpet bomb this unit here that I just found on the off chance that I create some damage. And the air mission was intercepted by enemy air units, so it was ineffective. And I wanted to just check the victory conditions. We see that I've lost 641 men to his 307. I've got 40 victory points, but I've lost these victory points here. So I'm down 86 at this point. I'm negative 86 points of the 1,000 that I need to get. So not a surprise because I've had to leap onto these minefields and take some damage. And hopefully with it, a lot of that damage already done and the engineer units coming up to clear the minefields and so forth, hopefully I will be able to catch up a little bit. So, okay, we'll run through the computer turn here. See what happens. Whoops. More of the same. I don't see, it's kind of flashing by, but I don't see too much yellow disruptions, which is good. I think I might have seen a disruption here. I hope it's okay to do the fast AI. It's a because I just think it would take too long us sitting here if I didn't do that. So air units available, 3 artillery units unavailable. That's better than the last turn. I think it was 6. But no units undisrupted or broken out of 4 checked, and no units stockpiled out of 6 checked. So that's unfortunate. I had 4 disrupted units and 0 of them actually recovered. So I can't assault with those units, and they attack at half strength. All right. So the 167th slowly moving up. Let's start with them, trying to get up to this 250 hex. These guys need to take their medicine on the minefield. 15 men down. I'm going to move these guys up onto the minefield. 26 men. These guys. These guys. Okay. Now, I believe these guys were already up there, and I'd love to be able to disrupt this unit and move him out of that bunker. So I am going to take a shot at him with this artillery unit. But no avail. I'm also going to take a look at my air units and see if I've got anything I can hit him with. And I do have some Ju-87Ds and 87Gs, Stukas, I believe. But they're grayed out, so they're not available for this particular division. But I might be able to hit with them a little bit later because they can bust bunkers pretty effectively. But unfortunately, the 167th isn't going to have that luxury. I have 2 available artillery units down here. I'm going to attempt to fire on the same hex, but I don't get lucky. All right, the engineer units are going to move up. To here, here, all right. I've got these Stugs, and this is one of my disrupted units that was not recovered. I'm going to attempt to fire here with the hope that I can disrupt this unit with my bunker-busting Stugs. That does not work. Now, I had 3 Stugs. Oh, here's the other one. So he's going to move up onto the minefield. And he's got enough for 1 shot. Oh, no, sorry. Wrong unit. This unit has another shot coming to him, though. And I'll move this unit up. Can he get onto the minefield? He can, but he disrupted. Hopefully he'll recover next turn. The HQ unit, I'll move up. And that's it for the 167th. So the 11th Panzers, they got this disruption last turn. Unfortunately, this unit recovered. So he's no longer disrupted. So puts a little bit of a wrench in my plans. Now, I think what I want to do first, I want to try to break apart this area in here. So what I'm going to do is, want to try to get up to this 500, obviously. Well, let's see if we can break this guy, disrupt this guy with artillery first. And we failed. Let's try with this unit. I think I will bring up one of these tanks. Oh, and he can't cross the anti-tank ditch. Damn it. Well, I guess I can only attempt to disrupt with fire. Really want to try to move this guy out of the way. What I'm trying to do here is disrupt him with fire so that I can assault him, and try to move him out of the way with an assault by my infantry. Unfortunately, as I fire with the more assets I fire with, the less assets I have to assault with. And it looks like I'm not going to be able to get an assault off against him. So that's a disappointment. I thought I was going to be able to take that objective this turn. Oh, okay, there you go. I got an assault. I got a disruption, but it was on my very last shot. So I don't have enough movement left to assault. So hopefully on the next turn, he will not have recovered and I can assault with him. In the meantime, I can't move these tanks because of the anti-tank ditches. So I'm going to move this engineer unit up. And where are my other engineers? Did I not break down? No, I did. Move him up to here. No. All right, so these martyrs are going to attempt to break this bunker here. With no luck. And I even lost a vehicle. One more shot. So it's not really worth assaulting this guy in this bunker, even though it's a... you'll notice that this is in small letters instead of capital letters. That means the bunker was compromised in some way. Not by my artillery, but by before the game started, the infantry in there had moved out of it and back into it, and therefore it was compromised to a minus 20% instead of minus 40%. It almost makes me think that I can make an assault into that bunker and try to get lucky. I think I will. So I'm going to go on foot because I assume that there's a ditch there, and there is. There's also a stream, so my chances of success are pretty slim. But I hope to get lucky, and no, I took a 22-man loss versus his 13-man loss, so bad trade. All right, this guy is still disrupted, so that's good news. We can move with him. We will take an assault on him right away. And boy, we're having some bad luck here. We disrupted on that assault across the stream, and therefore we didn't move with him. We didn't move him out of the way. So we're not doing too well here, unfortunately. Not doing too well. So I'm going to attempt to disrupt this guy here and get another assault on him with moving on to the Grossdeutschland division. We get 3 shots and we got a disruption. So I won't take my third shot, even though I might take it later. I don't think that there's any other things that I can do, just primarily because I can't move across the anti-tank ditches yet. But I can assault with this guy. So I'm going to go ahead and go on foot. Assault, resolve assault, and I moved him out of the way. Took 19-man losses. He took 11 men, but we did get him out. So we are getting a breakthrough here on turn 3. I just don't know if we're moving fast enough. So moving down to this guy in the bunker. Do I have tank units? No. Well, I've got this martyr. So let's try to get him. Oh, we got lucky. We got a disruption with the martyr. So we'll go ahead and assault him with these 2 units. We should win this one because we outnumber him significantly. And that will enable me to go on foot and move up to this trench here with my infantry. And I've got enough fire to go ahead and take a pot shot at him. And that's good. I get 10 men. And I think I might have the same here. No, I don't. Okay. But again, I can't move these tanks up where I want uh, because of the anti-tank ditches. But the infantry's, I mean, the cavalry's coming, if you will. The engineers are going to be able to blow those anti-tank ditches on the next turn. So let's go ahead and move them into position. Nope, he can't make it. I'm going to go ahead and fire with a Nebelwerfer. These are both disrupted, so it doesn't really matter who I fire on. Okay, I'll take some fire later with the rest of my artillery, but I'm sort of doing the business end of this first. So this is going to be a tough pillbox to take down, but I'm going to give it a try. Partially because it's a pillbox, partially because there's 2 units in it instead of 1, and partially because I just don't have great firepower. Because my Stug 3s, or rather my Panzer 3s, are not very powerful against hard targets. But so this part of the attack is probably going to get bogged down a little bit. And I might try to move along the flanks to the right and exploit the breakthroughs up in here. But in the meantime, I'm going to at least make an attempt to get a disruption on this pillbox. And we'll try it with the artillery. So in this scenario, this particular flank is pretty well protected by the Soviets. Okay, now I've got some Stukas that can do some dive bombing attacks. So I need to keep that in mind. And I've got some artillery. So I'm going to go to the artillery dialogue, pressing E, and just see if I can get lucky with, instead of getting lucky, I think I'm going to just try to do some damage, score some points. So I got 8 men that way. Now, we haven't talked much about maneuver yet because it really hasn't been an opportunity to maneuver, but later on, I hope to be able to surround some of these units and force them to surrender and actually score some pretty significant points. But I'm not sure if that's going to be possible because of all the anti-tank ditches, and there's just not it doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of opportunity here to surround his units. Okay, now that's the artillery. Now the air units, I've got 2 Stukas, and I'm not really sure. They say they're grayed out. I'm not really sure where I can attack. So does it say in there who they're attached to? 4 Army Group South. And you can see that they're great. These Stuka, the 8 JU-87G is a great bunker buster, 32. So I'm going to try to get a disruption on bunker. I think in the center here is where I want to go. Can I I can't exploit that right away. But I'd love to be able to get this bunker here. So I'm going to attack it with my most powerful Stuka group. And I got a disruption. Excellent. And the other one I'm going to try here. Oh no, I've already tried that. I think it's grayed out. Oh no, maybe not. Nope, it's not. My bad. And I was not able to break that bunker. So, all right, we'll go through the computer turn. and then we'll come back in the next video and do the next turn. But let's go through the computer turn first and get that out of the way. See how things go. And then when we come back, we'll take an assessment of where we're at. Not seeing a lot of disruptions here so far. Okay, I did see a break up here. So I broke that unit, and he retreated away. So that's good. I could maybe just move up there, unless he moves the unit up on it. And there was a disruption here and here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back in a little while. Thank you.